Hey, hey, hey. All right, let's see. Trying something new. Trying something new here. Let's just see if this works. All right, go live. Go live. All right, well. Boom. Let's see. Hey, Sharon. I don't know why I don't see. I don't know why there's no stars up in the sky. Do 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 do. Alright, well, that's weird. Okay. So, Sharon, you see me on YouTube? Hey, alright, so Carol's here. Huh. Steven's here. Alright, good. Stormy weather, yes. Yes, indeed. We have had some stormy weather, but you know what time it is, don't you? That's right. It's Tuesday night live stream with what's left of me, your humble host, Douglas Anthony Munro. Yeah, so Carol's watching on YouTube. So I don't even know if we're broadcasting on Facebook. Oh, I guess I could check here, can I? Doodly dee dee dee. Yes, we are. Good. Okay. Super. All right. So I guess everything is working. I'm trying for the first time to also stream on Instagram. So if anybody wants to jump over to Instagram, well, I guess I could jump over to Instagram. But yeah, if you want to jump over to Instagram and see if you see anything, that'd be cool. Let's see. Okay, so what I want to do. Whoa. Share. Yes, I do want to share to a group. Okay, so I'm just going to share now for just a quick second on Facebook with my little Facebook groups. Yes. Guitar players, music students, guitar lovers. Bam. Jazz guitar hangout. That's what we're doing. So today we're going to be doing Big Boss Bossa Nova. And I didn't realize that I only have two official records that I did. And one unofficial record that I don't have. I did a record for a guy in Canada, and I do not have that recording to share with you. Hey, Austin. All right. Jazz guitar, boom, bing, pow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Boom, boom. All right. Am I playing the Gibson tonight on anything? I don't know, maybe. Boom, 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 boom. I'm sharing. Oops. Oh, man, I screwed up. Come back. Boom, boom. We're not doing, well, it might be like a guitar lesson. Might it be? It might be. Definitely not doing blues tonight. Acoustic guitar, you bet. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, why do I keep doing this? I'm such a spaz. Sorry, spaz. Just sharing, but it's taking me forever. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. There, my friends. There. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Out go the lights. Yeah, so we had about 9 inches of snow, according to my lovely wife, Kathleen. Yeah. Boom, boom. And that's it. Glad that's over with. Okay, that's done. Please keep it down. Keep it down to a low roar. Oh, yeah. So, the first record we're going to look at is This one, Big Boss Bossa Nova. This was the first one. It's from 2004, and I gotta switch glasses. So my first Big Boss Bossa Nova record was I wanted like a full blowout thing, you know, horn sections, background singers, guest artists, you name it. I wanted it. All right. So I just want to tell you who's on this record. So let's see. Javon Jackson, great tenor saxophone player. Ray Vega, my good friend, trumpet player. Let's see. Harvey S. is playing bass, not Michael Getz. Richie Morales is doing drums and percussion. And this was recorded by my good friend Eric Helmuth at his studio in Port Chester, New York. Well, that was a long time ago. Me and Eric, we did like just tons of, we must have done close to 40 full records with him. All the string tribute records I did with him. Yeah, cool. So before I play the first song, just a little business update. You can see I'm wearing my sling because I had my heart redone for the second time. The same exact surgery, the second time, putting that third lead in my pacemaker. So I'm trying to be extra good, not moving around, because the last time they did the operation, the third wire became retracted. It moved out of place. So this time they screwed it in place, and I promised them that I would really take it easy for 4 weeks, try not to use my left arm at all. And so that's what I'm doing. Tomorrow it'll be 1 week since the surgery, so 3 more weeks to go. Bendy is going to the doctor next week. I'm going to see the surgeon next week, hoping once again to get the pins taken out and that I could start rehabbing my finger. But at this point, I am not holding my breath, because last time I went, I thought for sure they were going to come out. So anyway, so that's all my health issue news. Let's see. I released another single off the Loop Mania 22. I released Obsolete. I am old, but I'm not obsolete, to quote Arnold Schwarzenegger, or, you know, as he would put it. Yeah, he says it so much better than me. But yeah, so anyway, so that's that. And this evening, we're going to talk about Big Boss Bossa Nova, my Brazilian group, which again had a rotating bunch of players. We're going to listen to 2 records, Big Boss Bossa Nova and then Big Boss Bossa Nova 2.0, which couldn't be more different than each other. The first record I'm going to play a couple of songs for you from are all big productions. These are big production numbers where I went all out arranging. Linda said that Arnold was very loud. Sorry. Okay, I'll turn him down a little bit. But so let's get started. I'm going to jump right in with a song called Song for Sonny Rollins. And as soon as you hear it, you'll understand that once again, it's sort of based on his St. Thomas kind of vibe, which I really love. And it features the great Richie Morales, the great drummer Richie Morales. If you don't know Richie, he played for many years in Spyro Gyra. He played with Grover Washington, plays with Mike Stern. He recently played for like the last 3 years with Al Di Meola, right up until Al had his heart attack. Richie was the drummer in that group. So Richie is a A-list guy. Harvey S. is playing bass on this. And Harvey's a dear friend of mine, known him forever. And so here we go, Song for Sonny. But this is really a drummer's showcase. Vega, trumpet. Yeah, that's me singing. Bringing it. Key change. Yeah. Hit it, Richie. Yeah. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Wow. You know, it's really funny for me to listen back to these because I just never listen to my own recordings, you know, because I'm always checking out other people's stuff. So it's kind of fun to come back and revisit this. And you know, so this record was 2004, so it was 20 years ago. And as you can see, my technique was a lot better 20 years ago than it is today. I'm listening to my improv, you know, my soloing, and I'm like, I couldn't do that now. Oh man, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, there's a lot going on. You know, horn arrangements, background vocals, drums, percussion, overdubs. Yeah, I tried to do you know, like a full, just a big full production on this recording. You know, I was way into it. Eric, the engineer, we were in the midst of doing 10 years worth of string arranging for Vitamin Records out in California. So I was just really into this arranging headspace of, you know, doing that. And I think I should also mention that this record was on Chase Music Group. There's their logo. There you go. CMG. My good friend Bill Stillfield. And the deal with CMG was that they would lease the masters from you. So they owned the master for 5 years on a lease, and then I got it back. And another kind of funny thing that's going to happen is the little nanobots on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else. They're going to block this live stream after it's all done. They're going to block it because they go around and they search for released material and they block it. It doesn't. They're just not smart enough to realize that it's my released material, you know. And I wish they would kind of get that together and educate the nanobots so that they truly would go after people that are breaking, violating copyright rules, which I'm not. And so I have to go back. Like tomorrow, I'll get something from Facebook that my post has been taken down. I'll get something from YouTube saying that my video is blocked. On YouTube, it's kind of easy. You can go and contest it, and there's a form right there that you just fill out, and pretty much they get back to you the same day, and they unblock it. Facebook is a little more complicated, and it's just that it's just aggravating. You know, like this is like my stuff. That's a song that I wrote. I own all the copyright on it. And I actually even own the recording copyright because that reverted back to me after 5 years. So in 2009, I got the copyright back. Let's see. Sharon said, yeah, I've been hearing about those weird copywriters rules issues all over, even with actors. Yeah, it's and again, Sharon, you know Rick Beato. And Rick talks about that a lot because of tons of his content is he's playing examples of music, you know, and they keep busting him on it, and just very annoying, you know, in that they're trying to do a good thing, but they're kind of going with the lowest common denominator. They're not really educating these robots that go and search out this stuff. So there you go. So that was the first song, and that featured Richie Morales. Now the next song that I'm going to do, this is kind of interesting. It's let's see, it's called "When No One's Looking." I don't know why. I guess it has like a sneaky theme to it, but the bass line in this song is from Eminem, an Eminem recording, the real Slim Shady, and it's not the bum 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 dum dum dum. That's like a almost like a harpsichord or clavinet line. No, this is the bass part. Boom, 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 boom. And I still am a huge fan of Eminem. And so I took this bass line and kind of wrote my own song. And let's see. Oh, Steve is here. Hey, Steve. Steve Vance, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steve Vance is here in the house. Yes. And so anyway, so let's check out this tune. And the feature on this song is Javon Jackson plays saxophone, and it was a real thrill to work with Javon. And really, the it's really strange how things happen. Javon came to Purchase to get his master's. And he's a A-level professional player, and I had to try to convince the administration to give him life experience credits and to pass him out of certain classes. And let's see, BVS says Your playing is missed, but this is fun and informative format with great tunes I would probably never get to hear. Oh, thanks, thanks. But anyway, so I had to jump through some what I thought unnecessary hoops to take care of my man, and we didn't know each other before that. I of course knew of him. I don't know if he knew of me, but I certainly knew of him, and the whole experience of me kind of mentoring him through this process of getting his masters as efficiently as possible. We became good friends. He said that he really appreciated my help and blah blah blah. And so of course he said, "Hey, if there's anything ever I could do for you," and of course there turned out that there was. So I asked him if he would play on my record, and he said yeah. And so that was how I was able to get this top A level guy to come and play. So here we go. This is called When No One's Looking. It has sort of like that Eminem vibe to it. And Mr. Javon Jackson blowing some tremendous saxophone on here. I'm a real Slim Shady. Yeah. Ray Vega playing that background part, the rising part. I gotta tell you my Ray Vega story too. Person before, jaws all on the floor. You get it. Hey, Harry. Muted trumpets in the background. Played all the piano parts too. Say hi to Lisa from down in Philly. Bridge. Yeah, and it does have kind of a haunted hayride vibe. The A section, yeah. Those fingers on both hands up. Probably not this finger. Can't do that anymore. Hey, Bob. Long time no see, bro. Thank you. One of my former students, Bob Kazemba, is with us. Say hi to Bob. My former adult student. He's not a college kid. Yes, as we fade into the twilight. Yeah. Yeah, that was another good one, huh? Yeah, Slim Shady. The real Slim Shady. Yeah. Yeah, I love that groove. And the guys played just fantastic on it. Just so good. Listening back to this record, I kind of feel like it's overproduced, but... what can I say? Like I said, I was in this total sort of like arranging vibe. David. Thank you, David. He said I really like that one. Cool. Yeah. So my Ray Vega story, I'm trying to think, because I've known Ray for so long, I almost can't remember how we met. And I don't think it was through the college. But Ray, if you know Ray Vega, he is one of the most just sort of dynamic, lovable human beings you'd ever meet. Just really all heart, I'm just an amazing cat. Amazing player, amazing educator. He taught for us at Purchase for a while. And then he was offered a full-time job in Vermont, where he went with his family, moved out of the Bronx and up into Vermont. And we miss him every day. We miss him down here. He was everybody's fave. Just a great guy. Yeah. Ray Vega. Yes. So, yeah, there you go. I think Linda asked, why am I wearing the, the sling? And I really don't need to wear it. The doctor said, wear it so you remind yourself not to use your left hand while your heart thing is healing. Because there was some thought that I screwed around and could have been responsible for yanking that wire back out of my pacemaker on the last surgery. So I'm trying to be a good boy. And I do have a snow removal story, because I see you all are talking about shoveling today. So again, I promised that I was not. I promised everybody was like, don't shovel. I'm like, fine. So my friend that lives next door, Chris, he has a landscaper that he uses in the summer, which, Adele is here. Hey, Adele. That's Kathy's sister, my sister-in-law, Adele, AK. That's Adele from Oklahoma. If you could give a shout out to her and say hi, that'd be great. She's a great person. And so anyway, I contacted Chris's landscaper, and I asked him. I said, do you do snow removal? And he said, well, not really, but I'll come over and do your driveway. And I said, oh, that's great. Thank you so much. And he was supposed to come over today at 12. And he works for the either like the tree department or the highway department or something. And he wrote me back, and he said, oh man, I'm really sorry, but I got to do an overnight because of the snow. So I can't come today. He said, but I can come tomorrow. And I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden in the middle of the afternoon, my neighbor, Chris, sends me a text. I'm doing your driveway, bro. So that was so nice of him. That was really sweet because I actually have two driveways. I got a driveway on the bottom part of my house, and then we later on built a garage up further on the property, and there's a driveway to that, and he did both. I mean, with his snowblower, but still, that was really nice. Oh, Carol Rucci is here. Another dear friend. Oh my gosh. Everybody say hi to Carol. Carol is one of my musical theater friends from way, way back in the day when we used to do stuff at the Downtown Cabaret Theater in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I just did a ton of stuff with her. And she's a fantastic musician, educator, just everything. Her husband is also in the biz, and they are just great. So everybody say hi to Carol. So happy to have you here. And that's really sweet. So anyway, so I did wind up getting my snow done today, and I didn't do it. So I was a good boy. And it's just really funny that, like, I just can't sit still. So the thought of me having that snow out there and me not doing it, it was like just a real bummer. But I was good. I was a good boy. Good old boy. He's a good old boy. All right, so I'm going to do one more from this record. Then we're going to move on. So, boop, 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 boop. Let's see. I'm going to do one that you guys have heard me do with the looper, but you never heard the full-blown version. So, there was a group in the late 1960s, I guess, probably more in the 70s, called War, and Eric Burden was with them for a little while, and then they just went off. It was like Eric Burden and War, and then it was just War. Eric Burden came from a group called the Animals, and they were part of the original British invasion, and then he went on to be with this group, and then the group got big. I guess he was done doing that, and they came out with this song called The Low Rider. So here, check out this version of Low Rider. So that's me pounding on the piano. Richie Morales. And Richie did all the percussion stuff. I think I might have done some too. Yeah, Austin Fence, Spill the Wine, yeah. Eric Burden and War. Drum fill. There's Ray. Ray and his trumpet. Ray Vega and Tito Puente when we're done with this. Break it down now. Oh, not yet. Sorry. Breakdown. Drum's gonna happen, I bet. Come on. Got a little vibraphone in there happening. Yeah. Oh, baby. So that high note that Ray hits there, that's a concert D. For him, it's an E, three staffs above the treble clef. Carol says, Doug, this is great. You made those sessions rock with your great sense of humor and amazing guitar work. She's talking about all the sessions that we did up at the theater. I just remember laughing for 3 hours. Yeah, we did it about 20 years. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, Carol, just a lot of good memories. So many great memories. Yeah. Yes. All right. So Ray Vega, when he was young, he was like going to be like a banker. He was like in banking or something, and his heart was in music, and so he made the leap from, because I mean he's got a wife and kids, and made the leap full time, bam, into music. And he worked a lot of years with Tito Puente, a lot of big name guys, but off the top of my head, Tito Puente. And Ray taught me so much about Afro-Cuban music, and just about like clave and what it means, and how you know which clave, and Is it a 2/3? Is it a 3/2? You know, blah blah blah. And he was just so giving. You know, he was kind of like Dizzy Gillespie, where, I mean, I didn't know Dizzy Gillespie, but apparently Dizzy was very giving with anything that anybody wanted to know about anything, you know. And Ray was always like that with me, where we would ride together to gigs, and I would just pick his brain, and he, you know, he didn't mind. And so that was very cool. All right, so now we're moving on. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're moving on. Moving out, moving up, moving over. And we're going to go to the Big Boss. The Big Boss Bossa Nova 2.0. Oh, I should take it out. It'll reflect. It'll reflect better on me. No, I mean, it'll reflect. Sharon said that was a frickin' awesome version of Flow Rider. Thank you. There we go. Let it focus in. There I am. Big Boss Bossa Nova 2.0. All right. Oh, this font is literally like 9-point font. So I gotta take off my computer glasses, put on my Rite Aid glasses, and let's see if I could see what year this was. 2007. And this again was on CMH Records. And yeah. All right, so let me see what it says, because I think I know the players on this. And yeah, this is more of a bare bones session, it says here, compared to the highly orchestrated first Big Boss Bossa Nova. The lineup here features Mike Getz on bass, with Jay Devlin and Jason Anderson splitting the drum chair. Okay, so Jay Anderson and Jason Anderson and Jay Devlin. J-Dog Devlin. Both great guys. Jason Anderson is a super technical, amazing, technically proficient, kind of like out of the Dave Weckl school. Jay Devlin is sort of like out of the organ trio, soul jazz vibe. And they're both just fantastic, and they just bring a wonderful thing to that thing that they do. So let's see now here. I'm gonna close this down, go to Big Boss, and I gotta try and figure out what I'm gonna play for you. All right, so I'm gonna start with a cover tune. And this is a tune by Thelonious Monk. And Thelonious Monk was a keyboard player, real eccentric fellow, and one of the originators of bebop. But I always think of him as just a thing unto himself, where he was just uncopyable. He was just a thing, you know. Anthony said Big Boss Bossa Nova 2.0 is my... Oh, Anthony's here. Hey, Anthony. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Peralta has made an appearance on our show, which is amazing. I'm so happy for that. I'm trying to get over here quickly. I'm so lame on my phone. I'm all thumbs, but ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Peralta is here. Yes. He says... I was lucky to have him autograph it. Oh, you're too funny. But I'm happy that you're here, bro. Very happy that you're here. So anyway, so I did an arrangement of Bemsha swing, and so now you got to like cleanse your palate. So like have like a Tic Tac, or a glass of water, or a sip of wine, or a bite of ginger. But so this is a whole different vibe, you know. So this is a true live recording trio record. So we just went into the studio and just played, as opposed to the other record, which was overdubs and arrangements and background horn parts and vocals and circus animals and, you know, all that stuff. This is a different vibe. So here's my version, my arrangement of Thelonious Monk's Bemsha Swing. Potito bo. So this is Jay Devlin on drums. Inner Thelonious, yes. Didn't do that now either. I'm really in love with these chords, so I play them a lot in this tune. Ooh, 4-chord, I know that. So funny. I'm listening to that and I'm like, if somebody held a gun to my head and said, play that, play what you played on there, I'd be like, you might as well just shoot me because I have no idea what I did there. And I probably physically couldn't do that anymore. That's pretty funny. Oh, man. So let's see. Anthony says here, I'm a busy man these days, working full-time from home now. A fellow colleague found another job, gave his 2 weeks notice, and worked his last day last Thursday. And him and his department now have more work, so everybody's picking up the slack, huh? Bummer. They would do that at the college all the time. Somebody would leave and they just wouldn't replace them. They would just spread their work out. And I was like, come on. All right, so Steve said, Douglas, what equipment were you using on this record? That's a good question. That's actually a great question because I just noticed looking here that you'll notice the first time appearance of a gypsy style guitar on one of my records. So I was using that guitar, and this is not going to come in clear because it's actually, the picture is blurred out artfully, but that is a Yamaha sort of student model acoustic electric nylon string. So I used the gypsy guitar. That was my first gypsy guitar. I knew nothing about anything. and I bought it because it looked like a gypsy guitar, but it turns out that it it's not. It just looked like one. It didn't really sound like one, and I don't want to say the name of the company that made it, because since that time, and again this was 2007, so it's almost 20 years ago, they've come out with much more professional line of these guitars. And so I don't want to badmouth anybody, but I could tell you that I got rid of that guitar fairly quickly. But those are the two guitars that I used, was that gypsy style, D-hole style gypsy guitar, Macaferry style guitar, and the Yamaha student model nylon string guitar. And I would say that one thing that I would say in my favor is that I always kept all my instruments, and I still do. I always keep them sort of like professionally maintained, where I can do a lot of the work myself, but I'm definitely not beyond bringing them in and having somebody give them the once over when they sort of feel like they're a little out of my stuff, beyond what I can do. Steve said, "Do you still have your Boogie Mark One?" No. And what's funny is on the obsolete video, the video that I just posted, it's basically a trip through memory lane of, just like a lot. It starts with me playing drums, and then there's no real chronological order. I was too lazy to really do that, so it's all over the place. But it's mostly old photographs, and there's one photograph where I was playing a jazz festival. I think it was Red Bank Jazz Festival way back when, in the 90s. And my rig was my Mesa Boogie Mark One, which was the first production model of that amp, and a Roland Space Echo 302, and on top of that was an Ibanez Time Machine. So I had this gigantic analog monstrosity that I was playing through that I would never lug around now. But yeah, that was all analog stuff, and my Boogie amp was excellent. I basically wore it out. When I sold it, I probably got more for it when I sold it than what I paid for it. But in my eyes, it was worn out. It was really sort of a collector's item at that point, where all the insulation that Randall Smith had put inside the chassis to protect everything, it was all flaking apart, and I had to constantly have it in the shop, and it was done, And so no, I don't have that. If I still had that, it would just be a collector's thing, So there. So there you go. There was Bemsha Swing. And I'm just going to play a couple more for you. One that I have to play, because it's one of the few Big Boss Bossa Nova recordings that gets traction on streaming. This song appears on a bunch of different streaming playlists, and that's what you're really striving for when you're doing streaming, is to get on these playlists. And I have no idea how you get on them. I know that I'm on a bunch of them, and I have no idea how I got on them. It was all by luck. And let's see. Steve said, "I have two boogies, a Lone Star and an F50. Nice. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I should have kept, but times get hard. You start selling stuff. Let's see. So the song I'm going to play now is a song called Sticks and Stones. And I can't remember who plays drums on this, but I'll know the second that I hear it. And for sure, I'll make sure that we do something that has Jason Anderson on it. But this is the most popular, at least the most played track from this recording. It's called Sticks and Stones. And it's sort of like Bright Size Life, Pat Metheny-ish, but with a Latin thing. But it sort of reminds me of that in a way. Here we go, Sticks and Stones. Jay Devlin again. I think the real cymbally drums kind of add to that Matheny kind of vibe too. That flamenco, yeah. Good one, Marilyn. I think you're right, yeah. Yeah, so for some reason, that has and continues to have some traction on some of these playlists on, the streaming platforms. So there you go. Steve said, Steve Vance asked me, Doug, what are the predominant scales that you used in these recordings? And that's a great question. And no musician ever likes the answer that I give, but it's true that I don't think about playing scales when I solo. I think about the chords. And I've been like that for almost forever. That at one point in my playing, when I got serious and I went to a jazz program, and the head of the jazz program, his name was Erwin Stahl. And Erwin was a tough guy, and me and him were not best friends. But he did teach me a lot of stuff. And one of the things that he did, and I went along with it, is that he completely broke down my playing and rebuilt it again. And so he had me start improvising on just using chord tones, because I could play guitar and I could improvise and I could do a lot of stuff, but harmonically it was not happening. It was all sort of like this scale based stuff, and there was really no harmonic stuff behind it, you know. Um, oh, Sharon just said, I just watched Cyril perform with Emmett Cohen. Yeah, I recorded with Cyril. She's on the Christmas record, and she also did a couple of one offs that we did for Vitamin Records, where they did a bossa nova series. Oh, I should have played some of those. God knows that I even have them, but we did a couple of bossa nova things, yeah. But but anyway, he broke down my playing, and so when I started improvising, he said, "I just want you to play chord tones." So he goes, "I don't mean like an arpeggio, like if it's a C major 7 chord, you don't need to play in order C, E, G, B. I don't, you could play E, G, B, C, E, whatever, any order, but it has to be chord tones on whatever chord that you're on." And he sort of rebuilt my playing back that way. Um, you know, just rebuilt it with that kind of thought process. So now if I play a C major scale, to me, a C major scale, I think of it more like the root, the 9, the 3, the 11, the 5, the 13 or the 6th, and the major 7. So if I'm playing that scale and I want it to sound, I don't know, a little altered, I'll put a sharp 11 in there. I'll put an F sharp. Or if I want it to be a little bluesy, I might put a B flat or an E flat in there. So I don't ever think that I'm playing scales. I always think I'm playing on a chord, or I'm playing on a chord on top of a chord. I could be playing a chord sub. So instead of playing D minor, G7, C major 7, I could think D minor, E flat 7, C major 7. I'm sorry, I said D minor, D flat 7, C major 7, So, Linda's like, "Oh, I'm so lost. I just sing." Yeah. Well, it's pretty much, when you go to play, you're not thinking about any of this stuff. But, Doug, when you play your voicings, mainly root or more inversion. Yeah, again, I don't think about that anymore either. I think about, Steve, I think about moving a line on the top, like the highest note, moving a line there and having the chords come underneath that, or moving a line on the bottom. That would be more like the inversion thing you're talking about. But I'm not really thinking about, oh, this is a third inversion. Oh, this is an F chord in first inversion. I mean, I know it is, but I just don't, I don't know. I just think chordal wise, and just doing nice voice leading and stuff. Yeah. So like that there. Okay. Let me do one more. I'm going to do one more because I want to make sure we get a Jason Anderson on here, and I think he's on this. There's a song called "A Night in Tunisia." You all know that song. Well, I wrote a song called "A Day at the Races," "A Night in Tunisia," "A Day at the Races," which was also kind of a Marx Brothers joke ish, and so it's the same chord changes as "A Night in Tunisia," but different melody. And this features Jason Anderson, and you'll hear immediately that he's a completely different kind of drummer. And one is not better than the other, just different. Both are fantastic. Here we go. Our last song, "Day at the Races." Here we go. Yeah. Well, that was fun. That was a good one. And what's funny is I just remembered something about Cyril. Um, she she went through the jazz program at Purchase, and she was a real go getter. Like she knew what she wanted, and she was a really brave young lady. She came from Europe and by herself and just came here and worked hard and was not afraid to take gigs and not afraid to travel on her own. And she's just uh, an amazing person and an amazing, well-rounded musician. Not just like, oh, I can sing, but I can't do anything else. She can do it all. She's really got chops. And the original Big Boss Bossa Nova record. Two things I want to show you before we go. One is the artwork on the back cover. That's another painting by my friend Joe Ferry, and Joe is the producer that really opened a lot of doors for me in the business and taught me how to be a producer and what real arranging was about. Not just like theoretical arranging, but you know, real life arranging. And I learned a lot of hard lessons, and but I learned from my mistakes, and I'm eternally grateful to him. But on the back of this, it says, oh, for the past couple of years, I've had the pleasure of a steady gig in a great Brazilian restaurant called Pantanel's in Portchester, New York. Now, Cyril used to come every week and sit in, and and hang with us, and and she was working her stuff out, and I never want to take credit, how people will say, oh, well, they studied with me and I made them what they are, and I've never felt that way about any of the great players that I've worked with. I didn't make Vinnie Rainiolo what he is, I didn't make Cyril what she is, and all the other great ones that I've worked with. So many amazing players, and I just feel honored that I had the chance to share time with them musically, and hopefully they got something. They got something good out of it, Yeah, Sharon got it. Night at the races, day in Tunisia. Yeah. Oh, a day at the races, a night in Tunisia. Okay. Marilyn said it would be fun to be there for this recording session. Yeah. Marilyn, that's what you made me think about when I was going to talk about Joe Ferry and producing. That Joe was really into like this, at first I didn't really understand it, where he'd be always talking about the vibe, the vibe this, the vibe of the session, the vibe of the players, this and that. And I really understand it. I grew to understand it, that when you go in to do these recordings, you want to get the best out of the players. And what's funny is a lot of times getting the best out of somebody is not coddling them and not doing 8,000 takes. It's really not. sometimes it's having them right on the edge of their seat and right at the precipice of what they can do. And I would say that, I always strove for that in the studio. I always told everybody I want everything to be super exaggerated. If you're going to play loud, play triple fortissimo. If you're going to play quiet, triple piano, pianissimo. And I think that, these recordings, they sort of come to life thanks to the guidance of Joe Ferry, and then eventually I was able to to do it on my own. But that whole thing of capturing a better than average performance, make it be a special performance, not just like, here's a clinical version of this song. No, here's the best possible version of this song. And that doesn't mean the most perfect. The most perfect might be the most sterile version of that song. So it's very, very interesting. And again, like I said, I never listened to these records, so it's always fun for me to go back and check them out. And I'm so happy that you joined me tonight. During the what I call the winter of my discontent, as I'm going from one surgery to another, and I haven't played guitar since December 12th. So, oi, 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 oi. Marilyn, lightning in a bottle, or she says lightning in a bottle, but I'm sure she meant lightning in a bottle. Sharon said, oh, don't forget to smash the bell. Yes, yes, yes. Carol says, thanks for the hang. Thank you, Carol. That's my sister, Carol. Carol Millen, my sister. And Linda, my other sister. Lydia, my mom. You guys, all my friends. It really means a lot to me that y'all come out and hang out. And so hopefully we'll do this another 2 weeks. I'm taking a week off in between, just trying to stretch it out, and so it doesn't get boring, because we're just listening to stuff. Bradley Bostic is here from Nashville. Nashville Cat. Yes, Bradley. And Sharon said nice cover artwork. Yeah, Joe did a lot. I have pictures hanging up all over the room here from him. And so anyway, so that's it. I will see you in 2 weeks. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. If you're not already, please go to my website and subscribe to my newsletter. You'll see what's happening. And I did hit 2,000 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you very much. Linda reminded me of that. Yes, on YouTube, I hit 2,000 subscribers, which is great. And I think that's it. If you want to support my endeavors, of course, at the website, there's all kinds of stuff that you can download and buy, and there's merch. There's 4 downloadable tracks now from the new record, so you can actually download 4 digital versions of the tracks, including Obsolete, which is the latest. And I'm working on a couple of new tunes, actually, in the time, that I've had off. I've been doing some writing. So hopefully I'll have some new stuff for you if I'm ever able to play again. And yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really, 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 really appreciate it. And God bless you all. And until next time, love. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Love. There it is. Love. Peace. And that little help in the chicken grease, right? All right, be good. See you all soon. And